Today in this video, I'm going to reveal to you why having a gut can ruin your life. And I'm not saying this to be controversial, I am saying this to be truthful about the disadvantages, the health implications, the implications this can have on you, the impact it can have on you socially and professionally if you don't find a way to get a flat stomach and to completely burn your belly fat and keep it off indefinitely. So, before I go on this massive rant, sitting here on my couch, here in Texas on a nice Sunday evening. If at any point you want to learn more about how I can help you, all my links are in the video description, my transformation playlist of all my clients that I've helped lose all their belly fat and lose body fat around the rest of their body, the main video on my channel explaining how I do that, and the link to speak with me directly in case you'd like to learn more about how I can help you. So without further ado, let's get right into it, right? So there's really two areas of your life in which, just having belly fat, having a gut can affect you specifically. One is socially and two is professionally. I'll give you an example for either one. The social implications are very, very negative, honestly, if you have belly fat, especially if you've had it for a long time. You most likely don't want to take your shirt off at the pool. You don't want to take your shirt off in public settings. You don't really wear tight clothes. You can't fit into your old clothes. There's a lot of disadvantages that comes with having belly fat, especially belly fat that you don't know how to lose even though you're committed to losing it, which is probably the most frustrating part about all of this, right? When you're trying so many different things, but then it has an impact on you socially. Secondly is professionally, right? When you're at work, you're lethargic, you're very, very tired, your energy is low. You don't want to wear, a tight suit or a tight polo or a tight button down at work when you're at the office. Or your belly fat gets in the way whenever you're trying to tie your shoes or move around in a more active job, right? So those are just the professional and the social implications. Not even to mention the health implications, which is by far really the third one here, right? By far the most negative consequence of having belly fat, right? And if you've watched my videos in the past, the root cause of why you have belly fat is really due to your hormones. Insulin being dysregulated, you taking steps towards insulin resistance, poor metabolic health. And belly fat is really just a consequence, one of the very many consequences of a condition known as metabolic syndrome, which you guys either one, have right now, or two, you're taking steps closer and closer to it the longer and longer you have this belly fat and the longer you go without knowing how you can actually lose it. And if at any point you want to learn more, once again, about how you can actually do this for yourself, the main video on my channel explains exactly how you can do that in detail. I've helped dozens of career-driven men all around the world get a flat stomach. I'm an apprentice of a medical doctor, and that's why I follow a hormonal-based approach with all the clients I work with directly. So getting back into the video, I know this is definitely a brutal one, but these are the things that you have to think about. Whenever you don't feel like going to the gym, whenever you don't want to diet, whenever you want to make changes, but there's that voice in your head that's holding you back. We all have it. I have it too. But we have to learn how to deal with it. We have to accept the fact that circumstances are never going to be perfect anymore. There's no such thing anymore, especially in this day and age with all the stress and all the negative, consequences that come with having a very, very, very busy work schedule that's difficult to manage. Conditions are never going to be perfect ever again. We're not in high school anymore. We're not in middle school anymore. Where the only thing we have to worry about is hitting on Stacy or hitting on some chick named Julie or whatever the hell her name is. Messing around, doing absolutely nothing. I mean, those days are over, obviously, right? If you're watching this video, but when you have a family, when you have a busy work schedule, and when you are already finding yourself in this situation where you've had belly fat for more than 6 months, if not more than a year, and you're having a very difficult time controlling your routine without your schedule getting in the way, there's not going to be a perfect time to make a change. And the sooner you realize that, the better, and the sooner you reflect on what we just went over, the big three, right? The social implications of having belly fat, the professional implications of having belly fat, how it can impact you at work, and the negative health consequences that come with having it, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, taking steps closer and closer towards cardiovascular disease, hypertension, stroke, or any other risk for mortality, visceral fat, which is why you have belly fat in the first place. All these, health consequences, they're all lifestyle related. And what's so nice is that you can change your lifestyle and you don't have to rely on medications. You don't have to rely on extrinsic motivation, right? You don't have to rely on anything that's going to just give you, a quick fix result in 2 to 3 months. You actually have an opportunity to create a lifestyle change for yourself as long as you just draw the line in the sand and change, and especially find the right information that is going to work for you specifically, not some guy named Mark, some guy named John, but for you, whatever your name is, and what's actually going to stick for your future self. That's what you have to think about whenever you have these negative automatic thoughts that come into your mind that are keeping you unmotivated, which is really just bullshit at the end of the day, if we're going to just be completely honest. I mean, we act out of a place of pain when we really see a whole lot in the way of success most of the time. Pressure makes diamonds and comfort makes mediocrity. I just made a video about that on my channel, on my Instagram platform. And there's this movie by, I'm pretty sure, it's Al Pacino that's in it. It's called The Devil's Advocate. It's a great performance by Al Pacino. And in the movie, he has this monologue where he's going over pressure and how interesting it is, how telling it is. It can either make you focus or you can fold. Same thing with work. Can you deliver on a deadline? Can you sleep at night? Can you actually adjust? Can you actually respond to the adversity in the right way instead of letting the adversity take over and dictate whether or not you take action or not? So those are the things that you have to be going over in your mind whenever you feel like conditions aren't perfect, whenever there's barriers, and especially if you've had belly fat. Because the truth is, the question you shouldn't be, or the thought that is coming into your mind, if it's excuse related, if it's, a lack of motivation, even though you're committed, right? Everybody gets these thoughts. If you're having thoughts like that are coming into your mind, you instead need to ask yourself, if this belly fat that I have right now stays with me for another 2 years, if you want to double the amount of time you've already had it, what's going to happen with one of those 3 implications, socially, professionally, or the health implications? Most likely, all 3 of them are going to get much, much worse. So you either go down that path, which is going to suck, or you go down the path of prosperity, which is addressing the root cause of why you even have this belly fat in the first place, finding a way to just lose it each and every month so you can eventually get a flat stomach and not have to ever worry about taking your shirt off in public, not have to worry about wearing tight clothing at work or navigating work with belly fat, and you'll never have to worry about having serious negative health side effects. Insulin resistance, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, stroke, etc., especially if some of it runs in the family. So having a gut, having some belly fat can absolutely ruin your life 100%. I think we can all accept that, especially if you've watched up to this point. But it doesn't have to, especially if you take action in the present and you stay proactive to get this solved now rather than later. Because the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to get. And there's no reason to let it get any worse. So if you want to change that, you want to get a flat stomach, and you want me to help you do that, then click the link on the top, middle, bottom of the video description if you'd like to learn more about how I can help you. If you'd like to speak with me directly, I'd be more than happy to help you get a routine that's fully structured and tailored to your busy schedule and your specific physiology, your goals, so that we can not only help you lose this belly fat, but keep it off indefinitely. So that's pretty much it for this video. Feel free to book that call if you'd like to learn more about how I can help you, or click the link in the middle of the video description to message me on Instagram if you want to ask me any questions about how I can help. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.